Thank you, Madam Mayor. This is a combined paper and e-petition with just over 1,500 valid signatures. It is entitled "Preserve the Unique Identity of Portchester." The text of the petition is as follows. We, the undersigned, petition the Council to preserve the unique identity of Portchester as a village and not simply a part of Fareham by lobbying Royal Mail to maintain the name of Portchester in its postal addresses. To explain the process, the Council will be asked to consider if it wishes to accept the petition. However, as this is not a Council function, accepting the petition does not automatically result in action being taken. If the Council wishes to support the petition by writing to Royal Mail, for example, then a motion will need to be put and seconded before being voted upon.
Thank you, Lee. Right, in respect of this petition, we have a deputation. Would you be kind enough to give me details, please?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We've received a deputation request from Mr. Trevor Alford, who will now have up to 10 minutes to speak on the petition item.
Good evening, Madam Mayor and councillors, one and all. Thank you for inviting me this evening. Obviously, I appear before you in regard to said petition presented to Council several weeks ago. It was signed by in excess of 1,500 local residents. The petition confirms objection to a Royal Mail proposal to drop the name Portchester from our postal address. It would seem to me that Royal Mail's idea is to turn Portchester into some sort of anonymous province, part of Fareham, which basically, if this isn't allowed to happen, can only add to the dilution of the unique identity of the village of Portchester. Despite several requests from myself, Royal Mail, basically I've asked several people in their media office, etc., for some sort of technical reasoning why they would benefit from this strategy of basically dismantling a known postal address and basically, and I couldn't understand what the reasoning was. Anyway, all I got was a deafening silence. So I noticed earlier another organisation, another hapless self-serving organisation had a letter written to them, and that was studiously ignored. So I suppose that's the way these people do business. You draw your own conclusions, what Royal Mail do think and say, but anyway, I got nowhere with any technical reasoning with them. I do believe the two issues are relevant here. Firstly, recently I spoke with the owner of our local Indian restaurant. Now he informs me currently he already receives mail from some bloke in Fareham who lives in the same road, or the same named road as him. And we assume the same bloke receives some of his mail sometimes. Now this is without this added lunacy from Royal Mail. Now should this be allowed to continue, I think we know Fareham and Portchester have many duplicate names. I think it's only going to end up in exacerbating the chaos where it'll be a bit of a, I suppose, a bit of a potluck situation. You'll end up never knowing whose mail you get from one day to the next. So I can't really see any reason for this. Secondly, Portchester is a very historic location. I've only worked in the place for 5 years, I've lived there for 2 years. But you look at the historical aspects of it, it's fantastically historical. It was on the radar probably before Fareham was even thought of. What I would do is, as per the, basically the petition, I would request Council to write to the self-serving Royal Mail organisation, perhaps just confirming there's opposition to this idea. I'm not much of a rebel, but personally I will be urging people to ensure they use Portchester in their address quite positively, and perhaps even delete any mention of Fareham from it, so that at least we know if a letter's for Fareham, it will go to Fareham, and if something's bound for Portchester, it will go to Portchester. But thank you very much for hearing me out tonight. Thank you.